Welcome to the M&M Global Studio here at Dmexco 2016. We are wrapping up the end of second day here, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by one of the founders, Christian Muche. Thank you, Christian, for finding some time. You must be pretty busy.
Thank you for having me.
How has the event been so far?
We got tremendous great feedback. What we knew already was, how many more exhibitors we have this year, more than 1,000 for the very first time,
Wow.
which means more than 1 million square feet floor space. These were the figures, we knew up front, but what we didn't know was how many visitors showing up, or delegates. And I'm proud to announce it here with you that we've reached 50,700
Wow.
this year, which, we're coming from the 42,000 or whatever last year.
Wow, was it that much?
Yeah, so
Huge.
that means a couple of thousand more, which is another great success. But more important, it's still about the quality. And looking around which brands are showing up here and present their solutions and their businesses, checking the program, the conference program, on more stages than ever before. To be honest, I would say we did everything we could to make everybody happy here.
It's been huge, industry leaders, flying over from America and everywhere, so many exhibitors. How much further can you keep growing? I mean, it's huge growth year on year.
But it's not just about growth. I mean, I've mentioned the quality, and therefore we have to make sure that, to bring the whole ecosystem in our industry together and there for the decision makers, which include brands and people and responsible executives. On the other hand, we are focusing more and more on topics like, everything around connected world, which brings a lot of new content and a lot of new brands onto Dmexco. Internet of Things, wearables, artificial intelligence, virtual reality. This is not just because of the tech itself or the devices or products. It's, to integrate them into Dmexco and connect the technology with the marketing and to explain the brands who are on site what does it mean for their marketing and media business. So I think this is just a kick-off this year, and we will continue next year focusing on these things. Yeah,
so this is we're in Hall 9 here. We've had drones flying around. We've had the Internet of Things set up over there. Can we see a hall full of drones flying around? And
Not sure. I wouldn't expect this because again, so we won't become a CES or another tech-driven event. But we need to show it. But it's not about having a drone flying around or having a car driving around. It's more explaining what that means for the consumer communication, how to reach out to the consumer. Is it necessary a different way? Does it require a different kind of content production, or is it just another screen? These questions we need to reflect the consequences for the marketing industry.
Yeah, I've had so many people tell me that this is the #1 digital marketing conference or event globally. This is their favorite event for doing business. What is your aspiration positioning wise for Dmexco? How is it to be the #1 marketing event globally?
On one hand, I would say, considering where our industry shows up, I think we are now part of the Fab 4 events on a global scale, which is CES, which is Cannes, and which is, for most of them, also Barcelona, the Mobile World Congress. Yeah. Which makes sense because they are, happening at another time of the year. They are, they are running a whole week. They have a slightly more B2C focus, like CES. So there's no competition between us. But in addition of all 4 events, or adding all 4 events in your calendar as an executive, as a brand manager, as a digital brand, it makes highly sense to join all 4. Yeah. So therefore, yes, in focusing on marketing and media and communication, I would say it's not just the biggest, but also the most important event in the meantime.
Well, look, I'll let you go. I'm sure you've got 100 things that you need to do.
I'm happy to be here.
But one final question, I suppose, in terms of either individuals or companies or who isn't here this year that you want here next year?
I think everybody would mention this dedicated brand, specific brand, and for example, this is Apple. But this is because of they not showing up everywhere. So therefore, this is a big challenge for all of us.
Yeah. Well, look, congratulations on a fantastic event, and I hope you enjoy a rest after this is all finished, and look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.